Germany leads defiance to Trump car tariffs, saying it will not give in. Germany has said it will not give in, and that Europe must respond firmly, as US President Donald Trump targets imported cars and car parts with a 25% tax in his latest tariffs. Other major world economies have vowed to retaliate, with France's president branding the move a waste of time, and incoherent, Canada calling it a direct attack, and China accusing Washington of violating international trade rules. Carmaker stocks from Japan to Germany dipped. In the US, General Motors dropped 7%, while Ford fell more than 2%. Trump has threatened to impose far larger tariffs if Europe works with Canada to do what he describes as economic harm to the US. What are tariffs and why is Trump using them? The fresh car tariffs will come into effect on the 2nd of April, with charges on businesses importing vehicles starting the next day. Taxes on parts are set to start in May or later. Trump has long maintained the tariffs are part of a drive to help US manufacturing, and says if cars are made in America there will be absolutely no tariff. Tariffs are taxes charged on goods imported from other countries. While the measures can protect domestic businesses, they also raise costs for companies reliant on parts from abroad. The firms that bring the foreign goods into the country pay the tax to the government. Firms may choose to pass on some or all of the cost of tariffs to customers. The US imported about 8 million cars last year, accounting for about $240 billion, £186 billion in trade and roughly half of overall sales. Mexico is the top supplier of cars to the US, followed by South Korea, Japan, Canada and Germany. Analysts have estimated that tariffs on parts just from Canada and Mexico could lead to costs rising by $4,000 to $10,000 depending on the vehicle, according to the Anderson Economic Group. German Economy Minister Robert Habeck said the European Union must respond firmly. It must be clear that we will not give in to the US. We need to show strength and self-confidence, he added. France backed this joint approach, with its finance minister saying Europe must retaliate with tariffs on US products. At a press conference on Thursday, French President Emmanuel Macron said it was not the time for the US to be imposing tariffs. Imposing tariffs means breaking value chains. It means creating in the short term an inflationary effect and destroying jobs, he said in Paris. All of this is rather a waste of time and will create a lot of worry, he added, urging Trump to reconsider. Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney called the tariffs a direct attack on his country and its car industry, adding it will hurt us, but trade options were being discussed. In the UK, car industry body the SMMT said the car tariffs announcement was not surprising but, nevertheless, disappointing. Unipart's founder John Neal said the Trump tariffs were a gift to the Chinese, because international consumers would respond to a trade war by buying Chinese alternatives. Meanwhile, China accused Trump of violating World Trade Organization rules. There are no winners in a trade war or a tariff war. No country's development and prosperity has been achieved by imposing tariffs, a spokesman for the Foreign Ministry said. There are warnings from Japan that there will be a significant impact on the economic relationship it shares with the US. A government spokesman described the measures as extremely regrettable, and said officials had asked the US for an exemption. In South Korea, a day before the latest levy, Hyundai announced it would invest $21 billion, £16.3 billion, in the US and build a new steel plant in Louisiana. Trump hailed the investment as a clear demonstration that tariffs very strongly work. Bosch, based in Germany, said it had confidence in the long-term potential of the North American market and would continue to expand its business there. The International Monetary Fund said it was not projecting a U.S. recession, but warned a trade war could have a significant adverse effect on Canada and Mexico's economic outlooks.